Episode 15. Shadows in Flight. The private jet sliced through the night, its stealth-clad hull a whisper against the clouds. Nova reaches neon sprawl, a distant promise below. Inside, the cabin was a bubble of subdued extravagance. Kane Voss sat near the rear, his scarred hands restless, the absence of the core like a phantom limb. Across from him, Sadie Hall leaned forward, her chestnut hair catching the cabin's soft glow, dark eyes sharp with questions. Dr. Aldus Wellington sat beside her, his white hair a stark contrast to the jet's dark interior, his face etched with a mix of disbelief and resolve. The weight of Gideon Varn's offer hung between them, a noose Kane had chosen to slip his neck into. He exhaled, voice low, steady, despite the churn in his gut. Gideon laid it out cold. Says I've got Atlantian blood, that the core's tied to it, some ancient marker in my DNA. He's got Libra pinning murders on me. Nyx, Jasmine, others. Crimes I didn't touch. Says I join him, I get answers. Safety, 20 million Toshi coins. Walk and I'm a fugitive, hunted by every drone in Freeland. He met Sadie's gaze, then Aldus's. He's got Zara and her crew breathing down my neck, and he's not bluffing about the stakes. I said yes, but I'm not his pawn. I need to know what you think. Am I playing this right or digging my own grave? Aldus leaned back, his eyes clouded, wrestling with the Gideon he'd known. Friend, scholar, idealist, against the man Kane described. Ruthless, he murmured, almost to himself, fingers tracing the armrest. I can't believe he'd stoop to framing you, spilling blood to force your hand. But Gideon, he's always seen a bigger game, moves we can't grasp. I have to believe he's driven by something noble, even if his methods are vile. He's no saint, Kane, but he's no devil either. Not yet. His voice hardened, a flicker of his old fire. You've chosen a path. Stay sharp, boy. Gideon's truths come with strings. Sadie's jaw tightened, her gaze boring into Kane, fierce but not unkind. You want advice? Commit, Kane. For once in your life, see something through. You're not just running a score now. This is bigger than you, than us. You've got a relic that could rewrite history, and you're in too deep to back out. Pick a side, your side, and fight for it. Her voice softened, but her eyes didn't waver. You dragged us into this mess, yeah, and I could hate you for it, but I'm no victim. I chose to help when I saw you neck deep in trouble. Whatever comes next, danger, truth, death, I own it. My whole life, I've chased a breakthrough, some crack in the past to show us who we are. I never thought we'd be this close to answers hidden forever. I'm in, Kane. All the way. Kane's chest tightened, guilt and gratitude twisting together. I'm sorry, he said, voice rough, for pulling you both in. Didn't mean for it to go this far. Aldus chuckled, a dry rasp that broke the tension. Kid, this ain't my first rodeo. I've dodged bullets and worse chasing riddles older than dirt. If I go down now, if I die, at least it's my way, hunting the dream that kept me alive. Better than fading in a lecture hall. He leaned forward, a glint of defiance in his eyes. We're here, Kane. Make it count. Before Kane could respond, a shadow fell over them. Zara Rain, sauntering down the aisle, her liquid black bodysuit hugging every curve, her crimson cyber eye glinting with mischief. A grin played on her lips, sharp and dangerous, like a blade teasing skin. She stopped beside Kane, leaning in close, her voice a sultry purr laced with menace. Hey, Tiger, she murmured, her breath warm against his ear. Enjoying the ride? Did I ever tell you about my other tattoo? Not the spiral lover boy, something private. She traced a finger along her hip, slow, deliberate. Tree of life, maybe death. Every kill adds a branch, a leaf. It's blooming, Kane, and you. She leaned closer, lips brushing his jaw, her voice dropping to a whisper. You were this close to being my latest. Still could be if you play your cards right. Kane pulled back, unimpressed, his voice flat, but edged. I am on the payroll now, Zara. You can't touch me. Fuck off. Zara's laugh was low, wicked, but she straightened, her eye flicking to Sadie, catching the flash of irritation there. Sadie's lips twitched, a faint smirk. She liked Kane's brush-off, maybe more than she'd admit. Zara winked at her, unperturbed, and sauntered back to her seat, leaving a chill in her wake. Sadie's gaze lingered on Kane, a mix of amusement and something deeper. But before she could speak, Gideon's voice cut through, calm and commanding. Kane, a word. Join me. Kane rose, brushing past Sadie, her eyes tracking him as he moved to the front. Gideon sat in a plush seat by a holoscreen, his midnight blue coat pristine, assessing Kane like a puzzle half solved. A glass of water sat before him, untouched. The cabin was a quiet backdrop. Kane sank into the seat opposite, wary but curious. I know you're hungry for more, Gideon began, his baritone smooth, deliberate. Truce a feast, Kane. Not a snack. You can't skip to the mignardizes, those delicate bites at the end, served with coffee or tea. He smiled faintly, catching Kane's blank look. Oh, you've got culture to learn, my friend. You've had the hors d'oeuvre to whet your appétit. Use your nourriture. Your appetite. Now comes the amuse-bouche, a taste to spark your mind. Kane rolled his eyes, leaning back. What the hell are you on about? Gideon's smile didn't falter, but his eyes sharpened, pinning Kane in place. You're wondering how I know so much. Your origins, the core, your blood. I funded the expedition that pulled the ancient DNA from the Earth, Kane. Years of research, chasing whispers no one else heard. When tech caught up, I remembered where to look. My home city, lost to time. Kane's brows furrowed, a spark of disbelief flaring. Remembered. What's that supposed to mean? Gideon leaned forward, his voice dropping, each word heavy with weight. You're listening. Good. Maybe you're not as dim as you seem. I was there, Kane. Before the cataclysm. Before the horrors that shattered my world. Not 12,000 years ago, as Aldus guesses. I've pieced it together, through dark times when years blurred to nothing. It's closer to 26,000 years. Kane's mind stalled, like a machine choking on bad code. He stared, searching Gideon's face for a lie, finding only cold certainty. How? He managed, voice hoarse. How could you be that old? Gideon's gaze didn't waver, a storm brewing behind his eyes. I've survived things you can't fathom. Wars, voids, betrayals that make your struggles look like child's play. Those are stories for another course, Kane. For now, know this. When we land, there's someone I want you to meet. Rest. Gather your strength. Then find me. Kane nodded, numb, his brain grappling with the impossible. Gideon dismissed him with a nod, turning to the holoscreen, his fingers tapping a rhythm only he understood. Kane returned to his seat, Sadie's eyes on him, questioning, but patient. He sank down, the jet's roar filling the silence, Gideon's words a weight heavier than the core ever was. 26,000 years, a truth too vast to hold, yet it anchored him, a spark in the dark, as the jet carried them deeper into a storm none could outrun.